Okay, tubers, I'm back. So we really don't have, turn the light on. We really don't have any high expectations, but we're just gonna take this like, primer's still working. Doesn't have any fuel in it. So everybody knows you need three things. We need spark, we need fuel, and we need compression. Well, we can't check the compression. I'm trying to get you set up. I'm going old school on the baby tripod. We can't check the compression until we do something with this starter. So it's T25. We're going to start pulling off. See if there's anything left of this starter. Hopefully it's just missing the rope and the handle. There's the puller. I don't know if you can see. The rope is down in there. You gotta get a pick. You gotta get a pick. See if we get that out of there. Bring you over here. See what's going on. I'll just stand behind the camera. We're off to the side. Yeah, see, this is what happens. That I'll show you in a second when I get it out of there. That rope gets frayed, and instead of getting it fixed right off the bat, they keep on pulling it, so now it gets super, super tight. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take and slide that pin out and lift it up off that pawl, and we're gonna take that whole wheel out. Like the spring is already unloaded, so we don't really care about that too much. Or I should just say that we're not worried about it. So basically all I did, see how I lifted that end of it up and off of there? That's all I really want to do. Push the pawl in. Oops. See if I can do this with my fingers. Yeah. There it is. There's the clip. Try to keep it straight and level. Whoops. Try to keep it straight and level without mangling it. Put that over there. See if we can get this off. There's a little retaining ring. And we lift that out. That's in good shape. It's a little bit rusty. We're going to shoot that up with some WD-40, but here's what I was talking about. See how it's all super frayed and they didn't send it in? Hey guys, you know what? And for all you guys that are the mechanics and stuff, a good way to drum up business is it doesn't cost you anything, and even as far as like time and stuff goes. Hold on, we gotta go get a. I'm taking you everywhere I go. Need these cutters. So like I'll go and I'll do especially for like a bigger company, and I just go like, okay, it's $35 or $40 to replace the pull rope. Whoops, I'm trying to work in front of you. It's like $35-$40 to replace a pull rope. And you just like put on the receipt or the invoice, like it's a lifetime replacement. It literally takes 10 minutes. You know you'll keep that customer. Yeah, that thing's whacked. And rope is nothing. So it's a good way to keep an eye on what do you call it? The machines that they have, if they're being taken care of, and you might even be able to get yourself a little bit more business like that. It's like lifetime guarantee on a pull rope. I don't have any baby handles, so it's all right. this is the right size. I don't know the exact millimeters, so we're going to take and I have every fan in the world blowing in here, you guys. It's going to be brutally hot. Okay. Just melt that down until it gets to like a little bit of a point so you can stick it in here. And I do a little figure 8 knot. Try to get it as close to the tail as you can. We're going to tuck it back down inside here, and we don't want it to interfere with anything. Gotta keep remembering to keep it down inside of there. We're going to pull and push it down. You don't have to use a figure 8 knot, but that's just what I do. So if you look across the top, there's nothing sticking up. That knot's all the way down in there. Okay. Let's go over here. You can see it from there. We want some of this WD-40. And we're gonna spray that on that spring. Not gonna hurt anything. It might even help it. Okay. So right where that, see where the, let me get my pointer. Right where the spring comes in contact, right there against the post. That post looks bent. Anyways, that right there. When you take and drop this in, it has to go in that space. And then that'll grab it. And then once you keep constant tension on it, once we set it up, it'll never come off of there. So let me see. Okay, you really need to see me do. I'm just gonna go out about, I don't know, 2.5 feet. 3 feet, 2.5, and just cutting the rope. Now I gotta do the same thing. I just cut the rope. Burn the end. Boom, boom, boom. You gotta remember to feed it through here, right? And this side down. Probably got enough WD-40 on that spring. Now I'm going to line this up. I'm lining up that spring with the groove in the bottom in there, and hopefully it's just going to drop right down on there. Yep. And I can feel it where, like, if I let go of it just a little bit. See that? Okay. There we go. Put the retaining ring back on. Here's the clip for the pawl. I usually try to bring the pawl in. A little bit of dirt under there. Hold on. Well, part of roofing. It's all just part of roofing, people. Okay. I'm gonna do it without you seeing every single bit of it. I'm gonna hook it over that pawl. And I'm going to put the bend over the post, and then just use my fingernail to put it back on. So I guess this tells you that no special tools are required. Clip, just that easy. So now when you spin it, that should deploy. See how the pawl sticks out? That deploys, and then once it recoils, it pulls it. It should pull it back in. It's got a little bit of rough spot on there. WD-40 is not hurting anything. Okay. Oops. See? Clear. Boom. Boom. It's working. Okay. Oh, you forgot to take and look at the size of this stupid handle. I'll show you how we take and wind that up. This in here for sure needs a figure 8 knot. Probably should have put a washer on there. That's a pretty decent size hole down in the side of there. Here's what it is. I'm just checking it, you guys. It'll be all right. Okay, so the way that, see how this goes? So that obviously means when you pull, that it's gonna go in this direction. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take about half this rope. Take half this rope. We've got other videos on this. And then the way that it caught that spring, it has to wind up this way. So we're gonna just wind it up like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times, maybe 5. And then it gets the rope all kind of twisted. So twist it while you're undoing it. Okay. I'm gonna let that wind up. Should be pretty close. No. Need a couple more winds on it. Like that. Take out the last of it. I don't know what. 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more lines. See that? Okay. So now, getting ready. Well, it's getting hot. We're 12 minutes into this. Take a peek, see while we're in here. Nothing touching here, nothing touching there. This may have sat for a little bit. Look, I've never seen, you know, like rust make them not run being up close to the coil, but let's just kind of check that air gap by eye. Let's see. That looked like 10 thousandths. It almost looks like it's touching right there. That side of that part over there doesn't look too bad, but that right there, nah. We're already here. Let's just take and loosen this nut or this bolt right there, and then we're gonna reset that air gap. We don't even know if it's got spark, but if it's touching, then for sure it won't. Right. You don't need that hose piece on. Take this, loosen, I'm just moving the magnet away, you guys. Yeah. Alright, business card. Where is a business card? There's one. Here's another one. This one is actually, what do you call it? When I buy parts. This one says IG Clinic Ignition Air Gap Gauge. There's a part number for this business card. So that's smart. You can write that, you can probably write that off. Alright, so we're just gonna, can you see? You guys know where it goes. It goes right in between that armature, and now we're gonna spin this back around to where the magnets are just underneath of it. That will take and pull the coil down to the magnet, and with the card being in there, that's just gonna set the gap. 10 thousandths. What do you think? Done. Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay. So let's just take and throw this cover back on. And here's one thing I was kind of wondering about though. You see those two. You see this one. This. Is that supposed to go underneath of there? What's the dealio, Emilio? Why is that? Why? There's no receiver. There's no receiver right there. So is that the wrong cover, or is this the wrong half of the handle? What's going on? Let's say it again. There's no receiver space right there. So are you supposed to take and do that? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Alright, I think I got a razor blade around here somewhere. Yeah. Which might explain why there's tape up here. Well, let's just take and cut the tape off. This reminds me of a Rolling Stones song. Shatter, shatter. Should do that. I don't think that's the right cover. I do not think so. Yep. There's nothing holding it back here, so that bolt is broke. Let's just undo these two right here. One. Two. This is how the cookie crumbles, so we may not be able to get this back together. I don't know. I just don't know. Need a razor? Ooh, I guess not. Do I need to razor blade it from the bottom to be able to split the handle? My dad's a TV repairman. He's got a bitchin' set of tools. We can fix this. Oh yeah. Pretty good tape though. For sure. Guys. So this is not the correct cover. Not the correct cover. None of this stuff lines up here. I don't know. Alright, let's just throw it. I just want to be able to pull it so we get spark. Maybe shoot some gas down it. Because this is what you would do if somebody brought you a basket case and he's like, hey. Some of these littler machines, they used to have a ground wire that went right there. Two. 3. Yeah, this thing is just... And the sad part is that it's all part of that center housing. So I would have to like wait for another one to come in order for me to steal those parts off of there to make a good one. Well, hate to say it, but the compression on this thing is almost too good. Wonder why that is. Something that's old should not have that kind of compression. Or even in the picture. Yeah. Look at this filter. Golly geez, Whitakers. Pretty dirty. Pretty dirty. Here's the choke. That. Alright, I'm gonna get some gas and we're gonna pour a little bit down the inside and see what happens. I have no idea what one of these, everything is just getting so doggone expensive now, you know? So I have no idea how much one of these little bourgeois babies would even cost. So would it be worth fixing? Nah, I doubt it. Okay. Show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, I did spill some down in there. So it went down the barrel. I'm gonna close the choke. And stand it up. Now the kill switch isn't on because it's one of those ones like where you push it down and then it just automatically lets go. That thing's all full. It doesn't even work. So how in the heck are they? Probably just using the choke to shut it off. I'm going to disconnect it for now. There. Wires are undone. Let's just see if we can get it to fire off. Might be a short video. Chokes are on. Chokes off. Now it's in a flooded condition. Whoa! Did something. Okay, it is a runner. Alright. So I guess the question is, in the famous words of Home Garage, what would you do? You can put this thing back on there, spray it down, clean all this junk off. Would probably need a metering diaphragm at the very least. This part is all blown out. No, I'm not happy about that. What do you think? Can't really use it for nothing. I guess as far as we go. But for the sake of this video, this is what you would do if you've got a basket case. A, we had to fix a starter just to pull it over to see if we had compression, to see if we had spark. We did all that. We don't know if the fuel delivery works because we poured it right straight down the carburetor. But it is a runner. For sure it is a runner. What would you do? Hang on to it? There's a million of these things out there. There's a million of them. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Now that I just took 24 minutes of your time. That's it. This one's on the back burner. I'm done. I'm out. Okay, you guys. I just watched the video that I just shot that got this lower, you know, to where we are. We're just gonna save it. This one, like I said, it was just given to me, and to do whatever I want. If I got it running, you know, give it away, sell it, do whatever. But if this is your shop, if you are just starting out, if you are trying to make a couple bucks and you really want to take advantage of the situation, this is my suggestion. No, it's not gospel or nothing like that. So it came in and it didn't have a rope, it didn't have a handle, so that you saw that, we put basically a half an hour into this thing, setting the air gap, putting in a rope and all that stuff. So you can just say, you can tell the customer, so like, well, you know what, so like, it's not worth fixing, or you give them a ridiculous price, or you can say like, you owe me whatever it is, $25, $35 for the time and the material that I've already put into this thing, or just give it to me. I'd be chomping at the bit, tear in my eyes, hoping that the guy's just gonna give it to me. I already keep a small section over here in my my parts bin. Thank you very much, Gary Godby. But like all different kind of like little carburetor parts. This is all full of what do you call it? Diaphragms, gaskets. Looks like I'm low on filters. Purge bulbs, grommets, filters. This is where I went and grabbed the rope and the handle from. These are all parts of 310s. More, all different kinds of diaphragms, gaskets, and this is the beauty. If you know what that is, like these are all Stihl and Echo, Craftsman, Ryobi. It's the standard parts of bolts and stuff that those guys all use. Look, there's a starter pole right there too. So that means that, oh, there they are. That means that this has got a ton of value, because guaranteed the next piece of equipment that comes in from somebody else, it's going to be missing, two of these screws, or their kid was working on it, and it does show up as a real true basket case. There's a gas tank. The reason why this thing is so badly beat up is like, and I understand it. It's like you got your choice. You got safety ropes and safety lines, and that goes on the workers, not on this stuff. And so these things come sliding off from a 2-story, roof or whatever. They end up on the ground, and they're like, oh crap, But we got triggers. We got a link it. We got a carburetor cleaned up. You can rebuild that. Now you got the pull starter, that little pawl in there, the wheel that's in there. There's a flywheel. There's just a ton of parts. Even the blower shroud that's fan on the inside. So this thing's got value. Even just taking all these screws and stuff out, knowing that you have them, and you just $2, regular price, and $2. The switch, if it wasn't mangled, and while we're here, let's just turn this into a teaching moment. If you have one of these, just went over into my electronics drawer. We got one of these meters. We're going down here for our ohms resistance. So let's see if I can set that up there. You see that? Mine actually has a little siren. Probably can't hear with the fans. Can you hear that? So this is how you can tell if your switch is any good. Right now, it should be open and nothing happens. But guess what? This thing is actually in the off position, so it would not run. It wouldn't have run for these guys. Maybe that's why they're like, F it, we don't need it, because it doesn't run, and it's the switch. Let's see if we can try to push that open with something. Let me get a pair of pliers. Hold on. You guys, like, you see, well, everybody's going through the heat wave right now. So, but in Arizona, it's just always bloody hot. It just always is. I'm trying to open that. You see what I'm doing here? Can you imagine being a roofer? I mean, these guys start at 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, try to be done by noon. There, I got it to click. Can you imagine being out there and like 110 or whatever, 115? That's in the shade. That's not. See, now we're making the connection on the switch, and then now it's open. Now the machine would have run. So with all that frustration and everything that they were going through, that switch was a big cause. Let's see if I can get it to go back. There. Now it went back. It just had a bunch of boogers in it. So now it should give a tone. See that? Something as simple as that. But anyways, hey, everything has value. I just wanted to throw that in there for you guys. If you do have a little bit of time and you do have a little bit of money in the parts, you know, I could just go in there and pull that rope out, you know, cut it loose 2 inches and give it back to them, you know, the way that it is. But having all those screws, the linkages, this, that, and the other thing, a whole fuel tank, even a gas cap, you'll get your money back out of it. Real easy, really. Okay, I just wanted to share that with you. Sorry that we couldn't really turn this into something, but it did turn into like a little teaching moment, whatever. And hopefully it helps somebody. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's it. I'm done. I'm out.